All right, got that headliner in. Very happy with it. Well, next order of business is this package tray, this sound deadener, and the carpet. Those will be the next things. Don't think I'm gonna work on them today. Kind of beat up from doing that headliner. But real soon, we'll get this stuff installed. Hey, welcome back to my channel. This time we're gonna start out with the underlayment. I am planning to put carpet in the car. It's probably going to be a week from now, but for you guys, it's going to be right away. This underlayment, or sound deadener, as a lot of people call it, I bought it in a kit. It's OER and no instructions in it. And if you've ever looked on the internet to see how this is supposed to fit in your Firebird or Camaro, give it up. I don't even think the manufacturer knows. They had holes randomly cut that made no sense to me. I actually took tin snips, laid this in the car, and cut my own holes, cut my own sizes, and I'm probably still going to do more of that as I go along. For instance, this piece, it goes underneath the back seat. Well, it's supposed to. Well, if you put it in there, it's not cut out right. These holes are for where the seat locks in. You're going to have to make them bigger. They're too small. Either way you look at it, you're going to have to cut them bigger. These two holes, one on each side of the square, are for your seat belts to attach to. One side, and no, I can't remember which side it is. I think it was this side, actually had a round hole. This side had 0 holes. So I guess they don't want you to have a seat belt on the passenger side rear, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. So I just cut my own holes. I cut it to the size I wanted it. I did my own thing. I would suggest that's what you're all going to have to do. Tin snips works great for cutting this out. It really, really does. This piece is for the back floor. There was no provision for the tunnel where your center console is going to go to. So had to cut that out. Ran on the edges. One side looked really good where the seat belt goes for the front passengers. That was great. The other side, no, it covered the entire hole, wasn't even cut right. These two in the center are also for your seat belts that go on the tunnel. Yeah, way, way off. You get one to fit, the other one's not going to fit. You're going to have to cut the crap out of this stuff. It's basically what you're going to have to do. Front floors, I had to cut the edges off the back so I could get to the seat bolts where the seats are going to fasten to the floor. I haven't even attempted these two pieces for the center yet. I'm not even sure where this piece goes. From what I've seen, it says trunk divider. All my Firebirds and Trans Ams never had sound deadener between the trunk and the back seat. I don't think that's going to go in there. It's probably going to get cut up and put in the car somewhere as sound deadener, but it's not going to be back there. And I'm probably doing overkill anyhow. I don't know if very many of you have followed from the beginning. It'd be nice if you did. But when I put these one-piece floors in, I went ahead and raptured linered it. It is a thick bed liner in here, which is probably better than the sound deadener. You know, so I probably really don't need the sound deadener, but I'm still going to stick it in here. I'll be back in a few. I'm going to try to tweak this sound deadener, try to get it laid in here where I think it goes. And trust me, wherever I'm putting it, it's probably the wrong spot, but it's going to be fine once the carpet's on top of it. So follow along. If you know where this stuff goes, you can post it in the comments, but I'll guarantee you don't. Back in a few. All right, trimmed and put in. Like I said before, no one knows where it really goes. They can't make them exactly like your car for some reason. But we'll leave this sit for a few days, let it kind of settle in, and lay the carpet in there in a couple days and see what it looks like. Won't probably cut the carpet at all until after it sits in there and relaxes. Okay, I've installed my sound deadener, trimmed it, put it where I wanted it. As you see, Laid the carpet in here. I'm going to let this sit for a few days. I have a couple 12-hour days coming up. So that'll give that time to relax and kind of form a little bit to where it needs to go. I still have some plates to put on the side to cover the wiring and stuff before I can actually cut the carpet anyway. The other side, same thing. It just needs to relax and kind of get all set in there. You can see I did order 4-speed carpet. That's why you got that little hump there in the middle. If I had ordered automatic, it would have never fit. So if you're doing a 4-speed, always remember to order a 4-speed carpet. It makes a difference. I'll get back to this in a couple days and attach it to this video. And when I get the carpet laid in, we'll go from there. Thanks for watching. All right. After letting my carpet sit for a couple of days, it laid out pretty nice. Went ahead and got it trimmed, put in. Got my center console in. Got that all taken care of. Got my package tray in. If you can see it, but it's in there. It came out pretty decent. I mean, definitely not as great as I'd like it to be, but I think it'll all settle down once I get the seats in there and everything. But got my steering wheel on, which is great. Don't have my horn button yet, but it's on its way. It's coming together pretty nice. I'm kind of like, hey, it's starting to look like a car again. I'm going to work on these plastic side pieces next, and I have video of that. And I still have to put the trunk divider in. I did find they make it, and I did buy it. But first, that divider, I want to paint the back side of it with that trunk speckled paint. Get that taken care of before I put the divider in, because I don't want to paint my divider through those holes. And coming along pretty well. You know, can't complain. Back in, I don't know, a couple days, week, with the progress of what's going on with the plastic trim pieces. Later.